Tinny from Design, and today I'm going to talk about my insultex pad. The girls just finished sewing it for me. It's 30 by 36, good size to test things out with. Covers from the upper backs of my legs up to my neck, and then there's a pillow behind that. Did it out in the hammock at 40 degrees with just a t-shirt on my top and a pair of pants, no shoes. And I used my 30-degree Montbell bag for an overquilt. Just pulled it down around my shoulders and stuff. And surprisingly, it was warm enough. I'd never hammock out at 40 degrees. That's too cold for these old 60-year-old diabetic bones. No, 40 degrees is cold. If I don't wear gloves at 40 degrees, my fingers get numb, my nose gets numb, my ears burn a little bit. You'd be surprised how cold 40 degrees is when you're right out in the weather. And laying in a hammock with no insulation at 40 degrees, in about 10 minutes, you'd be shivering. So I put the pad in, climbed in, put the quilt over, put the sleeping bag over me as a top quilt, and laid there for probably an hour. And it warmed up nice, just like I was hoping it would. I got that nice, light, warm feeling, and there was no chill underneath me at all, which to be perfectly honest with you, I was a little bit surprised. The only problem I had was where it stopped. From there down, the backs of my legs got cold, where they were laying against the hammock. But once I goofed around and tucked the sleeping bag underneath them, I've got some down underneath them, they were okay, but it was a problem with it. If I moved, they keep pulling out from underneath my legs. So I finally just get out, flip the bag over normally, get in it, zipped it up, and hop back in. And my legs were still a lot warmer, but they never were as warm as I'd like to see them, because the down on that quilt, even with just my legs laying on it, was not enough to keep me warm. I had a balaclava on my head to keep my nose warm. Because, you know, out in 40-degree weather, your nose will get cold, so I had a balaclava on. And the hood on the sleeping bag underneath my head. And as long as I pulled it up around so the air couldn't rush in underneath my neck, and kept it zipped up, I was very comfortable. Finally, I rolled over on my side, and it was even more comfortable there. I don't usually lay right flat on my back, so laying a little bit over on my side was very comfortable, and I didn't have any problems staying on the pad. It seemed to be a non-event. But I don't toss around a lot when I'm sleeping in a hammock. I've got an even enough support, so there's no need to, don't get any hot spots or anything, or pressure points. So I lay pretty still anyway at my age. So yeah, it did everything I wanted it to do, and it weighs a little bit more than I thought it was going to. It weighs 11 ounces. I thought it was going to weigh 10. But it rolls up to about 5 inches by 12 inches thereabouts, and it fits into my 5-pound pack, which with that in there isn't going to be 5 pounds, but it fits into my small pack, my base load pack, very nicely. It's exactly what I wanted. For the conditions that I sleep in, above 40 degrees, and the weight and everything else, and the fiddle factor is pretty much zero. You just put it in, climb in, lay on top of it. It's a non-event. No suspension, no shifting or anything. For me, I believe that's the answer. I'm really happy with it. I'll even show it to you, but you got to promise not to tell anybody. There we go. Very compact little, once you burp the air out of it. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. Very happy. Warm and fuzzy. And that will work well for me. So, moving on. Next thing I may do, I think I've got enough left to make an underquilt, a 3-layer underquilt. And if I do have enough left, and I also bought some ripstop nylon to cover it with, I may build an underquilt next. DIY Gear Supply has a set of plans right on their site to build an underquilt. And since you're using insultex instead of down, it doesn't look that difficult at all. So I may set the girls to making me an underquilt. I'm Tinny from Design. Get out and hike, take a friend, enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, be nice. leave no trace, and have a really great day. Bye-bye.